Hello, welcome to Flipping the Narrative. Njengesiqhelo sise Philippi Village, Black Flip Studios. Isi episode yethu yesithathu andihamba ndedwa, ndihamba Khanyiswa, ndihamba Langa. Obviously bazazintroduce and then as isithetha bawuzayo bazi bana ngabangobani. As usual, we are flipping the narrative. We're flipping the narrative on culture. Very sensitive and interesting topic, culture. Yeah, but and I was thinking about this. Yeah, but when as I was talking to you, while I was introducing the subject to you about the culture, how are we actually going to talk about this? You know, the culture and flipping the narrative. What are we flipping on culture? And I'm thinking about it in Google Germany. Intro podcast. I'm like, okay, in this cultural bullies. And there was a point up in life in where I was not used to your bullies. Like you walk around the street and you expect you to greet.
Yeah.
And getting clashes was like yeah. And then there's always that expectation, and it's cultural. Do you ever feel like I don't feel like it? But you just say awkwardly you bullies.
Even nendlela obulisa ngayo noba ubulisa bani, because if undibulisa ubhuti, there's a certain way enzombulisa ngayo. If undibulisa wena, there's a certain way enzokubulisa ngayo. So I think that's what culture is, because as much as there's a culture khuliswe ngayo emakhaya, but there's also a culture that we create for ourselves. There's street culture. Obviously, I know zakwethu unjani sine hayi siyaphila injani imvuko and stuff like that. Because you look at me like right, exactly. But then when I speak to mama akho, then I'll have a different way of approaching mama akho based on the culture esifundiswe ngayo ba umuntu ongumama ubulisa kanje. So yeah.
And that's actually quite interesting, because I think I was in the Eastern Cape a couple of years back. Ezilalini was yonke into basayenza ngola hlobo. And then if kukumntana walapha sisuke Cape Town thina kukumuntu ogqithayo in about a kilometer away, and you don't greet, because people would greet you even if it's so distant away. So if you don't greet, igcwala ilali yonke that uphakamile. So it's quite interesting.
And I'm actually mentioning this because I once got into trouble in this school, and okay, these people, they know my parents, but so they probably don't know me, so I'll just pass, and I'm like, that's when I started to greet, and then I realized when I'm actually overdoing it. Have you ever felt like the bully so I feel like you're overcompensating for something?
And that's exactly how it is with me. So now I have a similar story, particularly in Cape Town. So because ndandihlele for 10 years ndingagoduki, then ndaye Eastern Cape nayo hlala Eastern Cape. So Eastern Cape ubuliswa nangumuntu ongamaziyo. Amyakubuze impilo. So ndizohlala Cape Town ke ngoku after a year, like this is when I already had my 2 kids. So sendiqhele like culture I say Eastern Cape that ubulisa noba ngubani. Ndahletywa. They're like hayi ngomXhosa ke chomi. Wakapha kwecingo kaloku wakwababona abantwana balapha like lanto ba ngifika abantu bebadala bethetha ngizawubulisa ndibuza impilo because kaloku ngabantu abadala. But then it got to abantu because of the culture engikhule ngayo Eastern Cape. Le culture ngendafikela kuyo when I was older, and the culture ndayithanda and I adapted that you get to greet, you get to buza impilo nomuntu omdala and start a conversation. Then when I got to a Cape Town, they're like hayi sasichill. So xa sibandibulisa oyi-1 ndambuza impilo. So baxelela chomi zakhe ba ayingomXhosa ke chomi. Then xa ngiphinda ndibulisa benditshilo kuyo hayi ndibona impilo awubayiva impilo emntaneni omXhosa. So I think it's as much as singamaXhosa, we have different cultures.
At the same time, I think it also has to do with you talk of the rural areas.
Yes.
You were in the rural areas. It's totally different.
Yes.
So I think the urban culture is totally different
from the rural culture.
We do things differently here than in the rural setting.
Yeah, because life is more fast-paced. And stuff like that. Yeah. But there's also like the positive to it, you know, because I think generally as black people we treat each other like family. You know.
Not anymore though.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Why do you say that?
I think that people have, diverted from the social norms of African black people.
Okay.
We are more focused now on wealth creation.
Okay.
We accumulate so much, and at the same time, while you're accumulating, the one who's not accumulating as much as I do,
Yes,
I look
yes,
down on them.
yes, true.
You know, so there is also that sort of like
Standards.
Is it a new thing though?
It's not. I think it's been there for quite some time.
Yeah, because I feel like if
then you're not treated equally as somebody who's bringing in something.
Yeah.
Actually, within your own family.
Yeah.
I think it
Within
happens
your own
within your own
family.
family.
Yeah.
You are brothers. You are 5, 6 brothers,
Yeah.
and then
Ukho lo.
is treated differently than the guys who are bringing money, you know, for groceries and
family
stuff.
meeting.
So iyenzeka.
They're like, I come and I think it also it's also not even nemali. So formula, I was married before, and because I was married before, I cannot. So culturally, as udadobao, ne. So if kukho umntana, I don't think I have a right ngoku as umntu who has been, because I'm considered as a failure, right, in my culture, especially as a female. But umntu endanditshate naye is not considered as a failure. Yeah. Because I have 2 kids.
The man.
Yes, the man is not considered as a failure, is not considered as a failure. And I cannot, if ukuyayalwa umntana intombazana uzawutshata, there's nothing a value and no add to that conversation, because ndingumntu apha who has failed in chatting. You understand?
Doesn't it, sorry, just as a matter of interest, doesn't it perhaps have to do with the nature of the breakup itself?
No,
in the marriage.
It doesn't. Even if benguyo wrong, even if ngobe wrong, with family yam, they're never gonna take me serious anymore. Because I remember when I used to travel, I'll go overseas, and stuff, and I also didn't like the fact that I got more respected than abantwana basekhaya abadala kum. I get more respected even in my society, just on the fact that I've achieved so much. It also didn't sit well with me because they're fucking unnecessary pressure. I cannot be sitting with my brother and then impilibizo kum just because it was way before the chat. But then when I went back, that divorce, and I went back home, I could sense that I'm not the receiver like before, because there's some sense of and
was the money still there?
The money is still there, but it's just that ngoku I'm a failure because even though I explained why I came back for my own reasons, because I felt it wasn't working. There's no point staying in Chatwin when I see that we're both not happy. But because we didn't, and kukola ntoba ingenziwayo ukuthi ntoba kubekho counseling, marriage counseling, where you get taught, because niyayalo, and if uyaqaphela xa uyalo esiXhoseni uyalo umfazi yanyamezela. I'm like, interesting. So when it's actually happening, you feel like this is not something I'm willing. We understand? But I feel like you become a topic about was I supposed to come back ngebhokisi mhlambi so that ndibone kuba ndilwile ndaba lijoni elifele emfazweni? You understand?
Very interesting though. On this part yo mchado nokubuya, I once spoke to somebody who's matured, omdala phofu makicho, and who has a better understanding of your culture, and he said to me, but culturally, you could divorce.
Yes.
So isn't that why mhlambi xa umuntu ebuyele emtshadweni they sort of like look down on you? No, we don't divorce.
Yeah.
Noba kwenzeka ntoni na.
But kutsho kuwe wena mfazi, I don't remember when they said to my husband akabuyi, because sibuye sobayi-2. At the end of the day, ubuyile now he's also a divorcee. The fact that I have 2 kids now, you have 4 kids. So if value is based on how many kids I have and the fact that I've lost we should be treated equally. If I'm gonna be looked down on based on the fact that we should be looked down on. So by 2, because if we both failed, you understand? But every time when kuthethwa ngobuyo, ndimobuyile as a female. So culturally, because if umyeni wami umzekelo angasweleka ngoku kokwabo, they would expect me bamba nqabizile. But it's also a problem. Why does it have to be me onqabizile? Because kaloku if kungasweleka mna, is he also expected to nqabizile? Is he also expected to be seen as someone that has lost unkosikazi wakhe angasahlali naye? So culture in some way it doesn't favor abantu abangomama, and especially, and you don't only ayo community, ayo society yodwa nalapha kokwenu ubona ba there's no point for me to be in this meeting because nothing I
Honestly,
say will
yes.
even if kungu brother amozochata, I can't say ba hayi ke hayi uzam influence lo mntana sifuna fane nawe babuye emtshadweni and it's things that we need to face and and they say it's part of our culture, but then does culture make us feel good about ourselves?
Is there a reason though for that, like why abantu abangomama they are the only ones iyalwayo and they never have a voice? Because nyani ke they don't have a voice. Bangabantu abangotata, they discuss things pa eplant and then kuthiwa ke abatshadileyo uzahamba uyoxelela mama sekhaya bana abasiqibendwe like bahleli pha kitchen and like
I think because of I mean sikhula kunjalo,
yeah.
you know, and you know with kunzima for it to change from you know
from the norms
and you know and everything. So I think it's difficult, but it's always been like that. Not the guy, the man.
However though, I want to challenge, I want us to sit on this. I want to bring more confusion to it. Golshop, let's compare his societies.
Yeah.
Our society today, where we are more inclusive,
yes,
where we are more engaging. I was talking to another guy. I always engage Abankan Kwelipela, and I always engage these guys, especially as Zisuga as Lalin. I grew up as Lalin, I visit. So I'm always interested to look like culture, especially when they play.
Yeah, this is okay, lo.
This is okay, lo. I know I'm gonna have a conversation with this one. And this guy is saying, I know isn't do that change. I'm okay. I'm like, what? Ngoku uyabona ngoku akusahlalwa naseplant siyasifile sihlala apha nje apha phambi kweyadi nje abantu abafuneka babe lapha nabo because bazawuthi niqhebe singekho yebo. So they are more inclusive now, but my question is this: what has changed now with society that we've tried? I'm not saying we've been successful, but has there been a change in terms of society in the behavior now that we've included abantu abangomama ku conversation as-thile and when we're trying to put women first? Because omnye umuntu uthe bana okokoko safaka abantu abangomama ezintweni ngoku ku-chaos.
True.
Do you get that? And a part of me wants to agree, but then again another part of me wants to say but no, you know, you can't say that.
Look, there's certain things that we is okay for us to be included in, but there's certain things that we shouldn't be part of. There's certain conversations nam en filishaba umzekelo ndi ntombazana that is independent, but akho mntana munokwenzelwa isiko ndini elidibene nesiko lomuntu ongutata. That I need to accept. That I need to accept that whether or the independent kangakanani, I need to go to my brother who has a better understanding of what elasiko lomntanam requires. You understand? And I don't even need to question that because ndinezinto endinongenokwazi umenzela zona ezumuntu ongumama. Which Tina, we are fighting as in battles as understand into bana, this is what it is, and sometimes we need to accept. There's certain conversations that we can have and engagements as no banazo together. Apo into enokwenza nokhulisa umntana, yabo. If it's about raising umntana, yes. But if it's about something that I shouldn't be part of, I should not feel into bana I need to force ways into getting into it. Because that's where Simosha con. Because I am not a feminist. I would never be a feminist. I believe that if a brother wamu khone khaya and kutwa ile incoko yamadoda, I should not force matters just because umdana because umdana I at the end of the day, that's where it starts. Umdana ka brother wam umdana. If there's something that needs me as utadobawo, then I would say to my brother, be excluded in this conversation because it's a conversation that as utadoba. You understand? If umdana into mazan, and I think that's where the problem lies. That asiyazuba yepile conversations that we need not to be part of. In order for reason to mazi ambe smooth, yepile conversation that I need to be part of. If it's about raising umntana, I'm okay with it because we are both raising umntana. But if it's something that doesn't have to do with me as a female then I just need to exclude myself because if you are kapelana se plant ezilalini, then kuthiwa mabazo dadobawo nako dadobawo kuqala udadobawo umdala andizothi ngenxa iba ndizazi ba ndinemali ndiyome front udadobawo, because there's a certain reason why udadobawo funeke kuqale kungcamle yena kulapha. You understand? There's a reason why it was done like that, because it's not only about respect, but it's about the ancestors. They recognize her first, because abanye abantu abalalayo abandazi mna, but the only way they would know about me is when they hear her voice as on introduce ba umntana kabani. There's certain things I can't do mnekhaya udadobawo wami engekho. You understand? That's my culture. Whether ndinemali okanye, there's certain things I can't do emntaneni wami, because mna umntanami andinokwazi umenzela lanto udadobawo wami engaqalanga wathetha. Umzekelo umntana uyachama, funeke kuze udadobawo azonqenqeza. Anokwazi umntu uyapha ndithi ndiyanqenqeza. And some of your ancestors, if ukhona le ancestor that needs to unlock that, akandazi is going to, that nigga is going to look at me like, who the hell is this? Telling her time ngomxhosa futhi lo mntana. You understand? Telling lo mnenwele ziblonde. Yeah, but there's certain things that we need to understand, that there's a reason why kusenze ukhona la tato omncinci ungathathelanga ntweni, but ivoice yakhe iyavakala because la tato omncinci uyaziwa ngaba bantu. You understand? And it will need him.
They say it's always the black sheep.
Yeah, the black sheep of the family. Yeah.
The conversation is getting heated. Jazz, we didn't even introduce ourselves. I didn't even introduce myself as a host. Hi, Kamalam Sinethemba Kata, by the way. Like I said, the band who are one of my favorite people up in Philippi Village. The phone is ringing. Who are one of my favorite people? I bomb them for it. But I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. So this is Khanyiswa, and then
how do I introduce myself besides telling people that I'm a returned soldier? So igama lami ndinguKhanyiswa, ifani yami ndinguzangqa. I am a social activist, a social entrepreneur. Yeah, I've been in the industry for more than 17 years now. Yeah. Daqala when I was very young, and my passion is about community development. But I just ventured into business. I have two businesses. One that I registered with my kids. Ibizwa ngoba oh God. Okay, my first company is called Ingambuzetu, and then my second company, which I started with my kids, is which I just registered, but it's about abantwana bam, creating wealth with bona, but also exposing them into izinto so that they could know what business is about. And I started an organization as well called Sibozo. So I'm a co-founder and PRO of the organization.
You've been in the game,
17 years. Dimdala, bro.
I could tell. I was talking to you the other day. I'm not going to go into details about the conversation. Just in Jay, that advice you gave me, I was like, I know this one. Legend. She's been
in the industry,
Nkosi Brasne, Langa lo kwa Sibozo. Utyhopa kunokwindla nqanqasha uGabli Khula.
Hayi Nkosi.
Born and bred in Cape Town. Sinalo ke ikhaya lise Queenstown, but ngihlali kakhulu.
Okay.
You know, studied here, primary, high school, tertiary. You know, did law, BCom law at UNISA. And then eventually did leadership and strategy at the University of Stellenbosch Business School. Got an extensive government experience. Was very fortunate. I think when I was young, just came back from Platini. You know, I think I was about 20 years. Got a job at finance. Within the city of Cape Town. So I grew up within the city, you know, in the corporate culture. So I was very fortunate. I think it's only started in 2010, 2011, when I started to feel some kind of calling, you know, that was happening inside of me. And that led me towards the community development, where I identified Abandwana and stuff, started a soccer team, Samabala, Faki libraries as Golwyn and stuff. So I'm also a community activist. And it's a passion.
Maybe after the conversation,
yes, we can do something. You never know.
This is what I like about the Philippi Village. You know, one of the things I like about it is this Abandu who have the same mentality, in
same goals.
Yes. Even if I was Zangqa for
Lord,
but you bump into Langa, you bump into Khanya.
Sure.
Like her. She's my favorite person, I'm telling you.
Thank you.
The amount of positivity Khanya has, like
positive energy. But I love the positive energy.
I'm telling you,
sure.
And so, back to our conversation, flipping the narrative on culture. You know, very interesting. We're talking about bullies, and then it went straight to a marriage. We have one culture intertwined in Jan.
It is.
And what the Indo culture from his culture is that it is also a religion. So when it comes to modern day, because that we feel like as a span, like as Mrs. is mentioning, okay, why land mama and goes out strong as a failure, and why goes our yalwayena, maybe but I think I think it's mainly because
yes.
So they have to tell you
exactly rules.
But however, I don't think that's what they tell you. As if now you're the one who needs to understand the rules.
Yes.
However, what my point is this: how do we choose that we need to change in order to fit into modern day? Because that I'm saying that they are also our religion. And once we are tampering with the spirituality set. So that we can say, okay, it's safe to change this, and then we're fine.
Because also
that's a bit of a
that's also because when it comes to spirituality, because we don't want to tamper with Indo's opinions. Because that's exactly what is happening currently. The fact that cookies doesn't be right, it's because we are tampering with things that we're not supposed to be tampering with. Yes. I think when I write Kakul City, I don't have a problem with uyalwa kwethu. But it's the things that we are told. Kasiyalwayo. Uyalwayo iba ngathi iba khona la session ebuqelelwe ngoba like one of the sisters will tell you that this is how you're not supposed to call it because which is you can't say and stuff like that. So this guy is not supposed to call a man's but because you understand. But then there's certain things that we need to understand as abandabam yam or as abandabam abamhlop. When it maybe a culture like Lende patriarchy is not supposed to was not for would deprive opportunities for abandabam abanguma. You understand? It wasn't made for that because patriarchy says in Dobana your responsibility as a man is to protect and provide for umdong mama.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's what patriarchy says.
Yeah.
And Kengoku, how do you protect and how do you provide? Because by one better, you're not protecting me. What are you protecting me from? Yeah, bon. And patriarchy says in the Indoyam as umdong mama, uktobel umdong tat, and uktobel anjan as umdong tat. Tina, we feel it is industry has changed because when you mention uktobela to a modern woman, sitata in a certain way. That uktobela means that you understand? But that's not what uktobela is.
What is it?
Uktobela form na if no put, you understand? I also need to respect her.
Yes.
Because yindot, one, that I cannot run away from.
Sure.
Yeah.
Two, he's human. But yindot first and foremost. Brother Wam is younger than me, but yindot brother Wam. That I cannot run away from. I cannot go to brother Wam just because he's younger than me. Samkelo is up. I need to have an approach because you don't. Samkelo is 3 years.
But I think that also applies to women though.
Like, to women as well.
You have to treat a woman as a woman like
with respect and all that. With respect and all that. But when Usamkelo says to me, when he sees ban ikhona into wrong endiyenzayo athi kumbana you're not like umzekelo mina nikwazi ungena ndisele endaweni usamkela sela ku. That's the culture as I create. So by to that if it's in a certain place because there's a lot that he's trying to protect me from and there's a lot that I need to protect him from because umzekelo if ufike usem ndihleli nawe and I'm comfortable with you unibambe ngendlela angazoyithanda yena, you understand? He's going to respond because I'm his sister and I needed the conversation started with him. I needed uthobela brother wam. We're not in a relationship, no brother wam, but I cannot say, but you can't tell me when not to go. But because we had that conversation, because I know where it's coming from. It's not like but there's certain things that is even if I enjoy going to a certain place, but when he's I'm bonisba. Nansi into endiavoida intasekhaya kwanyenzeleka ndiuthobethe ngumthetho. It's now that if undifikile kwi-arrangement even nasekhaya if ndiyafika uhleli nabantu brother wami, I can't sit in the same space ndibe comfortable with same space akuso. Yes, we can have a conversation nabantu abadala, but if yindawo yokonwaba then I need to excuse myself because yinto owaza ngumthetho owaza.
Are you the one who needs to excuse yourself?
Yes, I'm the one. If ufike sendaweni, he excuses himself because he feels like naye uzo invade his space and a certain way I can't be in front of my brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal that because I have 8 sisters ngokusezize high school zenze matric, so I don't want xa ndimhlawumbi ndigodukile and be around this besifuna usela nazo, so I need to say no, let's agree. Yeah. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. Do you have anything to say before Sival? Because I feel like we should have like a part 2.
Yeah, we need to.
We need a part 2.
Yeah,
we need a part 2.
I think we should.
In closure, guys, or should we just leave it at that, and then we take it from here the next time and just carry on.
Yeah.
Let's not close it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was it for the day, and then join us again for the next time for the part 2. If you enjoy it, just stick around. We might add one more person in the panel, so stick around. Thank you for watching.